They did the same in World War I, played
Yes,
football with the British and the Germans.
Yeah.
It's incredible. The soldiers don't particularly want to fight, right?
Look at this.
Oh, this one, because he's one of my favorite photographers,
Yes.
Irving Penn, right?
Irving Penn.
So, before
Now-
we get into that, who are your favorite photographers? Or
It's
can you say
impossible.
that, being a collector?
It's impossible. You know, it all depends what mood I'm in. Sometimes Ouija and Arbus shine above everybody. Sometimes Peter Henry Emerson, you know, who took landscape photographs of the Norfolk Broads and stuff.
Well, you know, but George says something. He said something really wonderful about Penn. Magnificent photographer.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be, and sometime like a photographic magazine would do well for education, or the New York Times, the LA Times. It's like the All-American football team, or it's like the All-Star baseball team. Let the public at large say who are the great photographers.
It's not really an important question, though, is it, really?
Well, yes. When you see a lot of the shams, see, photography has become so popular now. As a photographer, I think I have a right to speak. I resent the sham that has come into photography. I mean, this man who took this, Irving Penn, has to be, this is one of the great photographers.
Yeah. He's certainly one of the great printers, because the actual print of this is fantastic.
But a great photo, but he's a great, I happen to think a great photographer.
Look at the grace in those two children.
How many of pens do you have, Graham?
I have 6, I think.
6.
Yes.
Graham, look at this one. This, even I can tell, this is Edgerton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who, while not a photographer, is a great photographer.
Absolutely.
He brought on the strobe light.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
the strobe.
Well, we were talking about slices of time earlier.
Yes.
This man really dissected time.
He did.
Well, look at, you can see the bullet leaving the last balloon there.
This is the bullet. If the camera can pick this picture up, I mean, there's the bullet leaving, which I think is an amazing
It's
thing.
an amazing photograph.
You know, but you know what's interesting about there's the bullet coming out of here.
Yeah.
Edgerton is the man who designed it. Do you know that when the atomic bomb was being tested, do you know who actually fired the atom bomb?
Probably Edgerton.
There were people from, I think the company is Germerhausen, Edgerton, Greer, and Germerhausen, which company which grew out of MIT in Massachusetts, because they had to photograph the atom bomb.
Sure.
In tremendously high
See what
speed.
happened? And you know what he's doing now? He
No.
didn't stop then.
No.
His latest thing, he's now developed an underwater camera to try and find the Loch Ness Monster.
I love it.
Still-
And he probably will.
Yes, very possibly.
All right, now, from this, we go to this, and now, George.
That's not Ruth Bernard again, I don't think.
No. This is Todd Webb. It's a photograph of George O'Keeffe's stove.
Was George O'Keefe still?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Would you collect that?
I don't know if I'd collect that or not, but I mean, I admire that. I think that's wonderful. You see, what I admire
I'm
is
English.
that
I love tea.
if people see these pictures, that they see that there is a picture in that stove and that tea kettle.
Well, as Graham, as you might not know, but George does know, I am a terrific politician. I am very...
That's news to me.
This picture, to me, rounds out your portfolio. I think it gives it dimension.
It's very abstract. What an abstract piece of
I like that
sculpting
word,
that is,
abstract.
you know?
It's wonderful, wonderful.
That I think is this is, to me, I like that.
It's
Abbey,
Edward Weston.
Abbey or Stieglitz?
Edward Weston.
It is Weston.
That's
It's
a
a
Western?
Western,
It is a
See,
Western.
and I just said Stieglitz.
Did you? And I said Abbey and Stieglitz too. I was edging.
It's called Epilogue. Edward Weston. 1930, I believe.
Magnificent design.
It's tremendous. It's a tremendous thing. And the thing he does with the shadow going backwards and then going round that corner.
Well, you're talking about one of the great photographers.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, this is Edward Weston.
And I
was
would
one of the
never
great
have
ones.
guessed that he took that.
Now, let's not play games. We could
I
say
know.
Arnold Newman, but that's obvious. The lighting gives it away.
Karsh, huh?
Sure, Karsh.
Look at lighting gives it
Yusef.
away.
Do yourself a favor.
Yes.
Put one hand over each eye and see what the effect is. Now look at that eye.
Excuse me. Let me do it this way first.
Now is that a suspicious eye, that one?
Now let's do it this way.
Now look at that one. Isn't that, it's
you got your-
friendlier,
I'm sorry.
it's more loving, it's more direct.
That's interesting. You're right.
Now I'm going to put
Now-
my hand over your mouth because we have to leave here for just a few moments and look at a commercial
We're
or
gonna
two
come back to 'em, okay.
that make this whole thing possible.
You know, you say that you're right. Cover one eye This eye is the real Castro, a suspicious one.
Well, obviously they're both the real
Yeah,
Castro.
no, what I mean, but this gives a warm sensitivity.
Yes.
Look, what do you think would happen if this highlight were lower? See how
Yeah.
that highlight is so close to the eyelid? There's at least a quarter of an inch between this
Difference.
highlight and that. Maybe that's something to do with it.
Karsh could really take a picture of a man's soul. Absolutely. I think he's has brilliant insight to the way people really are on the inside. He's taken tremendous portraits of the world's great people.
If he does, and I'm not sure I agree with you, the thing that I think Karsh is a fine photographer, maybe a great photographer, but what I don't like about Karsh's work is all people do not look alike. And yet Joseph Karsh tends to light all people alike. You look at Churchill, George Bernard Shaw, many of Karsh's
But take that
pictures.
statement. If you keep the lighting static, the only thing that's different is the personality of the sitter.
Oh,
If the lighting is all the same, then it's only who he puts into that lighting.
Except that his lighting is so dramatic.
Yes.
Very dramatic lighting.
His lighting takes, I think that his lighting, which is formula lighting, tends to take away from the person.
Really?
Every one of our faces, Graham, our faces is a piece of geography or topography, call it what you want. No two faces are alike. I think each person's face should be photographed as an individual face. And I don't think all faces should be made to look alike by lighting. Lighting can be terribly deceptive.
Yes.
But I'm not. I don't mean to denigrate Karsh, because
Right.
Karsh is a great photographer.
Oh, yes.
I think I think he would reach even greater heights if he lit people individually instead of in a formula.
No hands in that picture either. Usually the hands
that's right.
in the Karsh pictures.
Cigarette smoke.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
That might be one of Smith's greatest photographs.
Is that
Eugene Smith.
Eugene Smith again?
yes.
I didn't
Welsh
recognize
miners.
it.
You know, the other picture he shot at Minamoto in Japan, the situation helped make that a great photograph.
Right, right.
This is just the design. I mean,
It's a tremendous
Well, it
shot.
shows
Tremendous
where
shot.
they live and where they work and where
That's
they've
right.
been, and
It's a hell of a photograph.
it says an awful lot.
Working
doesn't
class
it?
people.
Yeah.
I identify very
I must
strongly
tell you,
with this.
I like your variety and your scope in your collection.
How many
Graham.
pictures in your collection, Graham, or is that a stupid question?
About 1,600, I would imagine.
Oh,
And you started collecting when?
1970.
You started at a good time, didn't you?
I started when I could afford them.
Yes, now it's really gone crazy.
Yes, I could never replace my collection right now.
Have you gotten any other of your friends involved in collecting photographs?
No, I believe most of my friends thought I was crazy. My accountant certainly did.
Whose?
Arnold Gente. It's
Oh,
a-
San Francisco photographer.
Yes,
yes,
picture
yeah.
of Pavlova.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Beautiful
shot.
moment.
Beautiful shot.
moment.
And nice shot.
Show another picture quick, because we're getting down near the end of the show, Lee.
Come on, look. This has got to be more
Time's
look at
flying.
that.
I want to see them all.
That's a swell.
Cartier-Bresson. Alicante in Spain. I always think that, you know, the Michelangelo painting on the Sistine Chapel?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
we're not
God
going to
and
have
Adam,
time
right?
to talk about or even look up and see it, because it's all going to fall down because our time is up.
Graham, thanks so
Nash,
much.
thank you. for
My
being with us.
pleasure, gentlemen.
Really.
We maybe can look at some more.
We're going to look some more. But you know, Cartier-Bresson is a man that has a lot of publicity. Good photographer.
Excellent.
Earned it. He pioneered it.